More than that, she felt the same tenderness toward this stray that I did. Animals were the crack in her shield that allowed a glimmer of love to break through, a space that enabled her to feel and express love. And now, miraculously, here she was, after we chose a tree, saying, "Well, come on, Carol, let's get the cat in the car before he freezes to death." For the first time in my young life, I sensed that we might be able to connect. Animals might bridge the divide. Together, we went to the supermarket and bought our new family member a flounder, which we gift-wrapped and placed under the tree on Christmas morning. All three of us laughed as we watched Nicholas Quattromano, named after St. Nicholas and Four Hands in Italian, a nod to my father's heritage, sniff out his present and shred the paper to uncover and devour the fish. Not surprisingly, his rescue ignited my passion for adopting homeless creatures. Rescuing Nick, as we called him, created a way for my mom and me to share the same world. It didn't fix our relationship, but it allowed me to glimpse her softer, more kind-hearted side and revealed that we shared something in common. Even though Nick's initial tentative friendliness turned out to be a calculated gambit to get us to bring him in from the cold, thereafter he spent the majority of his time atop the refrigerator, safely out of reach of my grasping, cuddling arms. I felt happy that he had a safe home, that he was ours, and that he could depend on us. The seed of my passion for rescuing homeless animals was planted. Nick was the first of many strays we welcomed into our home over the coming years. His rescue laid the initial stone in my meandering path that led from Harvard Business School to a decade with high-tech software producer Intuit, which set off a search for greater meaning and eventually steered me toward the work I do today as president of our bustling shelter in the heart of Silicon Valley. Given my lifelong love of animals, accepting a job at Humane Society Silicon Valley was, in my mind, a fait accompli. But not everyone saw it that way. Some former colleagues and casual acquaintances, as well as people I met as I began raising money for the organization, didn't understand why someone who had an MBA from Harvard and had run multi-million-dollar businesses for Intuit would veer into animal welfare. Others could relate to the impulse to do something philanthropic, but didn't get why I wasn't trying to alleviate human suffering. Ultimately, they all asked similar versions of the same question. Why are you helping animals when you could be helping people? In response, I'd quote the statistics that spurred my passion for animal welfare. While great strides have been made in saving animals' lives in the United States, more than 6.5 million cats and dogs still enter animal shelters each year, and 1.5 million are euthanized. And of the roughly $410 billion that Americans give to charities, only 3% goes to animal-related and environmental causes combined. People nodded their heads and many expressed genuine concern, but I could tell that most weren't fully persuaded. I began to sense that those heartbreaking statistics were only part of the story, that I was missing a deeper truth. As I groped for a fuller explanation, I started thinking about my mother and how Nick had been the saving grace of our relationship. The tenderness I saw her express toward the creatures that populated our lives showed me she was capable of love, even if she wasn't always able to express it to me in the way I longed for. I still felt saddened by our relationship, but somewhere along the way I realized I could either be resentful and angry for what she didn't give me or grateful for what she did, a devotion to animals that led to my life's purpose. I chose the latter. As I thought more about what animals have meant in my life, how they've given me hope when I was despondent, laughter when I was stressed, companionship when I was lonely, as well as the lives of nearly every pet owner I know, I finally saw it, the hidden why of animal rescue. By helping animals, I am helping people, helping them heal their own pain, find greater purpose, and discover more sources of joy. The human race